Baby Yoda. We all love him. We all know him. Technically, he's the child. But if you haven't experienced Baby Yoda, you're either living under a rock or you're just wrong. I got this in the mail. Actually, well, FedEx dropped this off yesterday. Today's Friday, May 15th, 2020. I had pre-ordered this, and I'm in love. I mean, look, you can see how small this is and how small the box is. It's just perfect. It's in scale. This is obviously the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian the Child by Hasbro from 2020. I don't do a lot of modern things. I don't really collect modern toys. Actually, my friend Chris the other day asked me, like, what's your favorite toy line from the past 10 years? And I still don't have an answer. I actually went around my house, my bedroom, my closet, my basement where I have toys. And, like, I counted, honestly, like, swear, like 10 modern toys. Now, I do have some, if we're talking about the past 10 years, yeah, like maybe 10. Some of which, like one, for instance, is this, Super 7 Toxic Avenger. I like it because it's cool and it glows in the dark. So that would be like one of the very few modern figures that I actually purchased, and own for myself. So not really into modern stuff. I like the vintage stuff, as you know. You can see, some of these I've opened on here. Obviously, the glow-in-the-dark Ghostbusters are awesome. Masters of the Universe, Princess of Power, He-Man, Defenders of Earth, Transformers, we got G.I. Joe, all kinds of, fun stuff, Muscle, Kaneki Man, etc., etc. So, for me to buy a modern toy and actually spend full retail price on it, which in this case was $10.99 plus shipping, is pretty rare. But this is Baby Yoda. I mean, come on, it's Baby Yoda. So, this show came out in November of 2019, and so we just now are getting these action figures. So I'm just going to rip right into this. I've been waiting for this moment for quite a few months. So let's see. There's just some, I don't know. I guess it's probably choking hazard, obviously, which we will talk about here in a moment. So here he is. I mean, just absolutely tiny. We're going to talk about the scale of this here in a minute. And we're going to have some fun with that. So I'm going to start with the accessories. So they come in this little case, which is nice because I mean, look how small those are. So we have the knob, which is, I mean, it looks like a BB. It really, I mean, it's hard for me to even kind of show that to you. I just had to put it back in its little container. His bowl, he's drinking his soup or whatever it might have been, which is also really small. And then a frog. Well, it might not be a frog, but you know what I mean, a Star Wars frog. So kind of not really squishy, but its legs move. So they'll have their little home right there, which is nice. And then the man himself, the boy, the baby, I guess he's like 50 years old. So we have the child. And he's got some arm. Oh no, I just killed Baby Yoda. He has some arm articulation. Luckily those pop back in. He's got little feetsies. And those, I wonder if those move. Yeah, they move. I don't want to break them. I feel bad. I feel like that biker scout who punched him in the stomach, man. What a jerk. His head moves. So he has articulation. That's, that's pretty awesome. He can move his arm, be very careful. He can move his head and he can move his feet. So kudos, right? So obviously this is very small. You can see it. It's, but what I want to do is have a little bit of fun with this. And, well, first, let's do this. Let's get all these little accessories out. So he has this knob, which, fits in his hand pretty well. He has a bowl, which I don't really know how he's supposed to hold that, because, you know, he's holding it. And then he has this frog, which, again, it looks almost not to scale. I mean, it's like about as big as his head. So that might be out of scale, but what do I know? But I guess he can kind of hold it. So let's put these little itty bitty things back in their containers, because that, man, that especially, like, I just see it, like, I mean, you can't even really see it in my carpet. Good thing to get vacuumed up. If you saw that just on its own, you would have no idea what it is, unless you were, you know, an eagle-eyed toy collector. So let's move this out of the way. So what I want to do now is show the scale of this to other toy lines. So first we'll stick with Star Wars. Now this is obviously not to scale. This is actually from the Phantom Menace line, Jabba the Hutt, and I think he might actually have. It's kind of hard to get out. Yeah, one of the frogs that he eats. I bought, this is my original one I bought back then in 2001, I think, because it came with slime, and I thought that was pretty cool. So, you know, so I think Jabba and Baby Yoda can chill. He can sit there, he can babysit him, or he can eat him, which, you know, you definitely don't want that. His mouth doesn't really open up enough. It could eat the frog for sure, but I like to think they would, you know, they were kind of chill. They would be friends. All right, so not really to scale, because honestly, you know, this would be, if it was Black Series, it would be much larger. But I do like that it fits nice and snug in his arm, kind of like a teddy bear. So moving on, now we're going to have some crossover events. We're going to cross over in some other universes. So here it is in scale with a Dune figure. If you haven't seen Dune, check it out. Very cool movie. And you know, these are from LJN, and this has some action feature where his arms go up, so he can kind of fly around in the sky, and he can say, "Get in my belly." I would like to think that he would probably eat Baby Yoda. I think that's something that this dude would do, and I don't really remember how to say his name, so I'm not gonna try. But so there he is, and I would say that's the scale. I mean, he would probably be about knee high to this dude. All right, so another crossover here is Cherry from Pee-wee's Playhouse, and here we have Baby Yoda sitting in Cherry, and I think that's also probably to scale. I think I actually think Baby Yoda is a little bit smaller than, I would think Baby Yoda might be a little bit more up, you know, right up to the armrest. But so there's Baby Yoda sitting in Cherry. And then finally, we have Crash Dummies from Taika, which is a line that I really like and I collect. So here's a baby. I forget the baby's name. I should have looked it up before this video. But what happens is, you know, they crash and the baby flies out. But what I want to see is, I'm trying really hard not to break this, if Baby Yoda can actually fit into this car seat. Because wouldn't that be cute? Now you can see, you press the button and it pushes the baby. So the idea is that if this worked properly, you know, you would wreck and this baby would fly out of the car seat, which is kind of messed up. I mean, look at that little baby sucking its thumb, and it's got a bonnet. So we're gonna put Baby Yoda here. And I think we're going to have a little bit of an issue buckling this, but if you have a baby, make sure that when you're putting the car seat on, you're doing it properly and that it's safe. That was something I was very big on when my kids were little, because you know, you might not know the right way to do it. It might not be tight enough, but you want to keep your baby safe. So, so there is Baby Yoda in a stroller / car seat, which a lot of them, if you don't have a baby or never had a baby, the car seat kind of has some of them can kind of click into a stroller, and then you have like a base like in your car. It just makes it a lot easier, but that's no big deal. So there's Baby Yoda looking all cute in his little baby buggy. And I don't think the action doesn't work too great, so I don't think that's going to like really shoot out like it's supposed to. But the idea is that we wouldn't want to do it to Baby Yoda anyway. I already broke his arm off. That's not very nice. So maybe let's see. Let's get this guy back in here. So we got to zoom out because he is a big fella. So there we go. Crossover event. We got Dune, Crash Dummies, Mandalorian. That's the kind of Pee-wee's Playhouse. That's the kind of weird, strange world that I want to live in, where all these kind of universes mix. But yeah, so he's going to go and he's going to walk Baby Yoda and get him some frogs and some soup and some fresh air, and Baby Yoda might use the Force, and then if you haven't seen it, I mean, it's a spoiler, but come on, go watch it. Once Baby Yoda uses the Force, he's got to take a nap. So after he uses the Force, if I can get this car seat open, then Baby Yoda can go lay down here and Cherry will, kind of squeeze her arms over top of him, and he can take a nice little nap. So, oh no, he's been drinking too much. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you're like me, you're a fan of The Mandalorian and The Child, and Season 2 comes out this fall, so that's going to be very exciting. As always, open your toys, play with them. I mean, how could you leave this little guy in the box? Like, how, I think you need to buy a bunch of them and make like a necklace, super glue one to the dashboard of your car, have one to kind of play with, put one on your desk, keep one in your pocket at all times as kind of good luck charm, and, maybe buy the life-size plush to take a nap with. So thank you. Open your toys, play with them. May the Force be with you.